We're back, ladies and gentlemen, with match number 3 on our Christmas holiday spectacular. As we have Buddy the Elf versus the Goblin King, David Bowie. I don't think I have to tell you who either one is. But if I must, I must. So, Buddy the Elf, of course, you know, is, well, Buddy the Elf. And David Bowie is the Goblin King from The Labyrinth, one of the greatest movies of the 80s. I don't care what anybody says. And we're here back in the Dream Match Arena, which now is in Sydney, Australia. You know, I have to say, the WWE, back in the day, they hosted a WrestleMania that took place in 3 different locations. However, ladies and gentlemen, we're the ones who are actually the ones who go international whenever we do any shows. So, that's delightful. As Buddy the Elf, in his wacky waving arm things, or as he makes his way to the ring, Buddy the Elf does. He's got his friends with him, and he's dancing to the ring, which is delightful. Good for Buddy. But yeah, we don't believe in having things in one area. We have our show in our arenas, and of course all of these, since it is the holiday spectacular, what better place to have it but in the Dream Match Arena, which is a global scale of an arena. So we take place everywhere. So not to mention, all these guys are busy doing their own things all over the world and all over the place. So to get the guys to come into one area is not fair to them. So we just simply, you know, let them know where they're going to be, and they meet as Buddy the Elf is waiting for his opponent, the Goblin King, David Bowie. Of course, again, for those guys who don't remember David Bowie, the Goblin King, he was from the great movie from the 80s, The Labyrinth. If you don't know who David Bowie is, then you're probably younger than the 80s, and you probably have never heard of songs such as, you know, Magic Dance or Space Odyssey, or perhaps you're familiar with the current Flavor of the Month Queen, which has been revitalized thanks to the new movie. Maybe you know him from his tag team with Freddie Mercury, as they did Under Pressure. But if you don't know who David Bowie is, get used to him, because you'll see him on our show a lot. He is fantastic, as the Goblin King is glaring at Buddy the Elf. He is not about fun and games, David Bowie, the Goblin King. He is about making magic happen as he makes his way to the ring, and very stealthily, very sinister-ish. He doesn't have his goblins with him, so he's going one-on-one. He will not be turning into an owl in this show, folks, so that should be interesting too. As he makes his way to the ring, you gotta wonder, if you're Buddy the Elf, what are you thinking right now? You're thinking, where's Mr. Narwhal now? I don't know. I don't think Mr. Narwhal is going to help you with the Goblin King, however. As he makes his way to the ring, and makes his way into the ring, does the Goblin King. So this is quite the showdown. Again, in case you guys don't know the history between this match, it is, number one, it's a holiday spectacular, so who else would be on our show but Buddy the Elf? And David Bowie apparently did not take kindly to Will Ferrell's attempts at singing multiple songs, including recently, Buddy the Elf, also played by Will Ferrell, had attempted to sing a song called Do They Know It's Christmas, which, in case you didn't know, David Bowie had a big part in Do They Know It's Christmas, as he is taking it to Buddy the Elf. And forearm across the back, and a kick to the back of the knee. And now David Bowie takes Buddy the Elf outside the ring in a beautiful clothesline to the outside. Yes, indeed, it's quite delightful. And a kick there, and Buddy the Elf has turned things around on the Goblin King, David Bowie. millions and millions of fans are watching with intent, and they're so caught up there. They have dry mouths and everything else on the heat of exhaustion of waiting for this anticipated match, which is fantastic, let me say. So far, it's been a great show so far. There's a bulldog by David Bowie, and a kick to the head, well placed, on Buddy the Elf. And there's a nice kick to the, another knee to the head. There's David Bowie now with a neck vice of his own. We've seen this neck vice on multiple people today. I think really they want to twist the heads off of each other, but that's kind of crazy and barbaric, I would think. As the referee is standing around with really nothing to do, but just stand there and watch. It goes for a pin on Buddy the Elf, does David Bowie, and there's a 2 count only. No one said Buddy the Elf was going to go down so easily, folks. I mean, if you saw the movie Step Brothers, you know of Buddy the Elf and Will Ferrell's fighting ability. I mean, he took it to those, teenagers very easily with him and John C. Reilly, his stepbrother. Interesting stuff. But Buddy the Elf right here, folks, he doesn't have Mr. Narwhal with him, nor does he have Leroy the Snowman, nor does he have, his dad, the Little Elf, nor does he have Santa with him right now. And we all know he knows Santa, because he made sure we knew. He announced it to the whole world. As David Bowie with a nice right hand to Buddy the Elf, and slams his hand on the ground, on the canvas, as David Bowie now helps up. Buddy the Elf blocks David Bowie. Bowie now is sent to the corner. And Buddy the Elf chases after him. David Bowie maybe waits. And now, Buddy reverses again. And Buddy now sends David Bowie to the other corner now. Maybe he'll have better luck there. Looks like a bulldog coming up. And there it is. Oh, normally it's called a bulldog. Here it's called a reindeer. So Buddy calls it a reindeer. And there's a sleeper hold by Buddy the Elf. Perhaps he's trying to put the Goblin King to sleep. No, doesn't look like it. I don't know why Buddy's celebrating. He did not win yet. Maybe he thinks he did. Maybe he thinks it's a moral victory. This isn't Disney, ladies and gentlemen. We have clear winners. We don't play that candy-ass shit. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner just like that. Who would have thought that Buddy the Elf would be that ferocious and that tough? Well, probably Buddy the Elf. He didn't need Mr. Narwhal and Wally the Snowman and all those other people. Well, the Goblin King perhaps took Buddy a little lightly, maybe. Or maybe he had other things on his mind. Maybe he has his own problems worrying about other things, the Goblin King. Because I heard the Goblin King has an issue with a certain wizard from England who had just gotten out of Hogwarts wizard school. And part of his thing is he had gone to offer him a job working for him, the Goblin King David Bowie, but that snot-nosed wizard said no, and he wanted to do his own thing. Of course, that snot-nosed wizard from Hogwarts, graduate, we're yet to know who, we don't really know yet who that is, but I think we have an idea. And anyway, Buddy the Elf celebrates. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. We have a couple more matches heading your way. Hope you're enjoying our very vengeful Christmas spectacular. More action coming your way.